What's up, guys? Ryder here. Welcome back to the workshop. I haven't updated y'all in a while with what we're doing. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm way more active there. I'm gonna try and post some more videos here. But what we've been doing is adding jimping to the backs of these knives. You can see it kind of here. And the short and simple of that is, before we were using quick clamps to hold everything straight. I'm gonna show you my setup in just a moment here. These guys have a lot of wiggle to them. So I'm putting everything in with a hand file. And because of the plane that I need to make, right? So I'm just gonna show you here. This has to be pretty straight, and it has to stay pretty straight all the way across. If that's crooked even just a little bit, you're gonna notice it's gonna look diagonal. It's also very easy for that to slide around and for you to take like uneven amounts off. And so what ended up happening is I'm kind of barely hitting it at all. And the problem with that is it was taking forever. It wasn't accurate. I was having to stop a lot of them. I actually ruined some blanks or ruined the jimping. We got some cool one-offs. But these are not very deep. So I pulled them off and I said, okay, like, we're done. The problem is these are so shallow. If I have to take any of that out when I go to take off the scale after heat treat, it's gonna fall out and I'm not gonna have jimping. And it's not going to work for me to jump back in there and hit it again with the file. So you can see just how, hopefully you can see how much different that is. And it's a little bit, right? We're talking metal, we're talking, you know, thousandths that matter. So it really is that much of a difference. So I put jimping in on 90% of these, 95% of these knives, and now I'm having to go back over it and hit them all again. And this is holding up the rest of the knives in the cycle that need to go out to various different places. I got to work on some other stuff, but these have to go to heat treat, and that is going to take a while. I don't do heat treat in-house, not one of my specialties, not one of my strengths, not something I've done before. So rather than try and learn it and waste a bunch of blanks, I pay a professional to do so for me. Peter's Heat Treat in, I think it's Pennsylvania. And, you know, they do a good job, it seems. So, and I know Knifemakers have used them in the past. So let me just show you this setup real quick. We're gonna pull you up here and show you what I'm working with. This is the setup. So we got hard clamps here. This keeps everything rigid. I've got a knife here that I'm using as a stabilizer so that I can mount these. These are set to the right thickness for this file. And then we have our knife in here that's getting worked on. We've got a clamp here. And then I usually throw one of these quick clamps on. This is also how I set the whole thing up, just so that we can figure it out. And from there, I can just kind of come in here and file. I don't have to do a bunch of setup work. So I can just kind of do this, and I don't have to worry about if I'm riding on track, if everything's working, or anything like that. And I've been able to achieve pretty good results this way. The last couple that I've done have been pretty accurate because of this. You know, it's all set up in the vise. Now it's pretty rigid. And I'm able to drop those jimping things in pretty quickly and easily. My fingers are all torn up from using the file. It's not pleasant on your fingertips. So that is what we're working on. Let's go over a couple of the knives. So right now this is a big batch. I got something special coming up. We have a bunch of TWRs, Lots of fun. You can see I've highlighted where my pour jimping is because I did do all of these. We're coming back. And then I have a bunch of pikes, and this is not all of them obviously, but this is what we're working with. We're also going to have some one-offs in this batch, and that's exciting. I'm going to walk you guys over to the workshop. We're going to stop the video real quick. And we are back. So we got some other stuff on the bench. You'll see this is a lot different. Snowboard boots. This is a lot different from what you saw over there. We got pikes. These are ready for grinding. They've already come back from heat treat. We got some kitchen knives that need some cleaning. Still working on those. I've got a bunch of hardware to do very, very soon. I'm probably going to do that next so that I can get some things shipped out, and then I'll go into grinding these, putting logos on and all that jazz. And then, you know, we got heat treated stuff. I don't know if I'm going to get to this. Flat grinding on something this fat takes forever, and I've got orders in the meantime. So the plan was to sell these locally, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We got some sneak peeks of stuff over there. Should be fun, and we should do that very soon. Other than that, it's just been a process. Learning out how to do some stuff. I got some tests to run on these. Essentially what happened is water jet is not accurate with holes. They can get them in roughly the same place, but they're not always the same size. They vary by a couple of, honestly, it feels like tenths of thousands, but you know, thousandths. So we bought some reamers. We're going to test these. I need to test it on that batch over there and make sure that everything is good to go, because if I break it on these, it is going to suck. I mean, they were probably about $50 a pop, so not the type of thing that you just want to jump in willy-nilly for. Working on some SLCC scales for a order. This guy's right here. It has taken me a long time to get everything to this point, and you can tell there's a lot of knives here. We're trying to balance those production cycles, and I'm only part-time with this. So if you are in my books, thank you for your patience. If you're waiting for a book slot, I haven't forgotten about you. I have some plans on how to streamline this whole process. I just need to get a little bit more caught up, and there's still work that needs to be done. So anyway, guys, that's it for the little shop update. I hope to do more just quick little things like this, very impromptu, along with my more produced videos if you prefer those. So little something for everybody. And then, of course, collection stuff. If you're watching this and you're a collector, I appreciate you. Be nice to your knife maker. This has been Ryder. Have a great day. Bye-bye.